Are they a Super Bowl caliber team in your opinion? I don't know. Keep in mind that you were thinking up until maybe yesterday that the Blazers were a NBA championship caliber team. Yeah. So are you speaking here with your heart or with your mind?
Well, that's the problem. That's what brought this topic up for me is that I am a little dejected today, Grant. Okay. I am a little sad from that. And I truly was viewing my Blazers through rose-colored glasses. I was seeing them as the potential that was there because I believe in that potential. Damian Lillard is amazing. And, I mean, shout out to a dude from Oakland. For those that don't know, he doesn't wear the number 0. He wears the letter O to represent Oakland. And that's how it's announced at every Blazers game. He's loyal to the soil. And
Lillard represents Oakland better than the Warriors do. Carry on.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Carry on, because it's legit and sincere.
It's him and Marshawn Lynch are the two, and then you, obviously. I mean, you know,
I'm trying.
I'm trying. Right, for a little while, you went down a weird path, but now you're back, and so
I am back. I had a little Westwood phase, but I came back.
Yeah. You went out, now you're back on the range. So, I mean, I truly believe that. And I've said it on here before, I'm a bit of a loyalist, a bit of a homer. And so I believe that things were going to click, that Nurk was going to step it up. Right. And so that same reality applies to the 49ers when I look at this team. I'm very optimistic about next year. Up to yesterday, I believe that we have a Super Bowl caliber team, or at least I did. And then I'm filled with self-doubt here, man. So what I need to know is, are you going to talk me off the ledge and convince me that, yes, in fact, what I thought to be true still is true, that you have a deep quarterback room, deep halfback room, amazing fullback, great, hopefully, O-line with the patches that you've made to it, the additions there, wide receiver, as long as it's healthy, you're good there. Great tight end group if you believe in Dwelly, which I know you do. Defense is pretty legit. A couple of issues maybe in the secondary. Like, is that the reality? And so you're talking me off the ledge? Or do I need to wake up to reality and realize that this team has some major holes and I should be ready for a painful year next year?
I mean, it doesn't have major holes at all. It has major injury issues, and there's already guys who are hurt. But only one serious one so far, Jeff Wilson. Every team deals with injuries. Let's just put that to the side. I feel like they do have a Super Bowl caliber roster, but I don't consider them a Super Bowl caliber team. And I think it's
interesting.
I think it's simple. Why? I mean, for them to be a Super Bowl caliber team, they would need one of two things to happen. They would need Jimmy Garoppolo to stay healthy the entire season and play better, or as well as he did in 2019, which could happen, but I wouldn't put the odds above 50%. Or you would need Trey Lance to have one of the best rookie seasons ever, and be the first rookie to lead his team to the Super Bowl since when? And no, rookies never won one. So I feel like it's all coming back to the quarterback. The team is ready. The core is young and talented. But what's up with the quarterback position? To me, this is a team that should definitely be a Super Bowl caliber team next year. Absolutely. If Trey Lance is who they think he is. But it still feels like a little too soon to expect him to take them there. And then Jimmy, like, come on. What are realistic expectations for Jimmy at this point?
Yeah, and I think that's where the homer in me, that the fan, is probably mistaken, because I just did, first off, plug for my 49ers mailbag. I just did the first episode. I'm going to release it today. And one of the questions was from Josh M., and it was, how many games will Jimmy start? And I answered it, I think 16. I think he misses one game.
Okay.
And that's probably where I'm being unrealistic. That is me hoping that Jimmy misses one game, as opposed to looking at the evidence, which presents itself to the fact that he probably will miss more.
Probably, but let's say he does play 16 games this year. Then the Niners, I would have to say, would be a Super Bowl contender. I would have to say so, because he's already taken this team to the Super Bowl before. The reason I don't think he will is because I don't think he'll stay healthy. But we can't predict that.
No, but the evidence supports your side of that, which is that 2 out of 3 years have been marred by injury for him. Sorry. I mean,
but it's not out of the question. I mean, there's like a 35% chance, a 30% chance. I don't know. It's not out of the question. It could certainly happen. Yeah. So yeah, I guess, are they a Super Bowl caliber team? Yes, with an asterisk. The other thing the other question is the rookie defensive coordinator. That's important. I mean,
that's a big one.
He could be much better next year. I still feel like whether or not they're a Super Bowl contender this year, they absolutely should be one next year. Absolutely.
You have given me some food to chew on with regard to whether they are or not this year. I actually have more concerns about next year because of the 1-year contracts that all expire, and then what we have to do there, the decision on Jimmy. I think that if Jimmy plays well this year, we're presented with great options next offseason. Do you keep Jimmy? Do you trade Jimmy to recoup some serious draft capital? If Jimmy doesn't stay healthy this year and all those contracts expire, how do free agents view this team? Do they view it as a Super Bowl contender next year, or do we drift back to the middle of the pack? So I worry that if I'm wrong about this year, next year may not set up as nicely to springboard as we should to the next level.
Well, there's two things that could happen. There's Jimmy Garoppolo leads the team to a Super Bowl again, in which case they're seen as a contender. Players might want to come here. Right. Otherwise, let's say he gets hurt, Trey Lance replaces him and does a lot of good things, and people are like, man, that's a young quarterback I want to play with, kind of like Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. And then he becomes a recruiting magnet, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
There are other things that could happen that are bad, but those are two ways that the Niners could at least restock their team. And remember, most of their key players are young, except for Trent Williams.
Right. Yeah. One of the most important positions on the line. Yeah.
Yeah. But Trent Williams isn't old. I mean, he's younger than me, so he's not technically old yet.
Yeah. Well, they're all younger than me. So
there you go.
There's that. But it's and we have great depth. I think that actually offensive line is one that I don't worry about. I feel like we have greater depth than the vast majority of teams within the NFL. Offensive line depth is rare in the NFL. Yeah. Most teams don't even have a solid starting five, let alone guys behind them that could step in on most teams and start.
Yeah. So it's definitely within the realm of possibility. They're going to run the ball a lot. They just need serviceable quarterback play. They can't go to the backup level. But even if they get to Josh Rosen, who's to say Josh Rosen? They're going to be very interesting this year. They just haven't. I just think they're a year away from solidifying their quarterback spot.
That was my second bold prediction in that answer to Josh's question on my mailbag was Jimmy will start 16, and the one that he doesn't start will be Rosen. Little nod to your boy Josh Rosen there.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.